To live in non-duality, we have to wake up from this waking dream. If you've ever had a lucid dream, you know that you're aware that it's a dream. You're dreaming, but you're totally aware that it's a dream. So whatever happens in the dream doesn't really have any effect on you because you know it's a dream. And this is a practice that we can also do in this waking dream. We see the waking dream as reality. All of us do until we wake up. We see the waking dream as real. What we see, hear, touch, experience, our observations, our perceptions, our thoughts, our feelings, all of this seems very real to us. But when we realize that it's a dream, we're lucid in this waking dream. We're lucid in what we call our life. We're lucid. We see that all of it is a dream. Everything that we see, hear, taste, touch, experience is a dream. And we, the observer, the experiencer, are also a dream. What perceives this, our true nature that perceives this, it experiences this dream through this body, mind, thoughts. As Donald Hoffman calls this, a virtual reality headset. This body, mind, vehicle is a virtual reality headset so that we can experience this dream. But it's still a dream. It's not actual reality. It's a dream reality, just as our sleeping dreams are. This is a waking dream reality. And so in order to experience this as a dream, we just have to remind ourselves that it's a dream, that everything we see, taste, touch, experience, perceive, think, feel is a dream, and that we are a dream. This personal, separate body, mind, self is a dream. Everything that happens to it is only happening in a dream to a dream. It's all a dream, and we're a dream too. Now, this might be a little intense for you. You might not want to go so far as to realize that all your relationships, everybody you meet, the whole world and everything is a dream. If you're a scientist, you're studying this dream to try and find the secrets to the dream and the answer to the dream. But it's still a dream. All you'll find are dream answers. You don't find reality. In reality, you have to wake up from the dream. You have to realize what you are. You can begin this, if you would like to experiment with this, to instead of seeing what you're seeing here, this body, person, your computer screen, whatever you're watching this on, that you can, instead of seeing this on the surface of your eyes, the front of your eyes, this is the superficial view of the dream that we usually do, you can pull your attention back while still looking to the back of your eyes, and even further to the back of your skull. Bring your attention back there. See this from the back of your skull instead of the superficial surface of your eyes. Pull it back, pull your attention back, and you'll have a different experience. What you're seeing will become less, will hold less of your attention, and the experiencer will hold more of it, what it is that's experiencing it. And you can go further back, from the back of your skull to the back of the room, where you're aware of this body-mind vehicle, this virtual reality headset. But it's only one of the things here. It's allowing you to observe this world and this dream, but it itself is not part of the dream. Because we are not part of the dream. What we really are is not part of the dream. It's not subject to the death of this body, or the birth of the body, or anything else. It's not really touched by any of it, just as we are not in our sleeping dream. In our sleeping dream, we could die in our sleeping dream, but when we wake up from the dream, the body's still, the dreamer is still here, that's still alive. And that's so for this too, on a much greater scale. Because we are not really anything like this dream body mind or this world of separation. This is an illusion, a mirage, a dream. As all spiritual awakened beings have told us over the centuries, it's true. This is a dream. And if we want to wake up from this dream, one of the ways that we can do it is to remind ourselves that it's a dream. Somebody suggested putting Post-it notes up everywhere saying, this is a dream, this is a dream. That might be a good beginning. I don't think we really need to do that. We just need to acknowledge that it's all a dream, that all our experiences, and that this body-mind is a dream body-mind. It's a dream. There is no separation. This body-mind feels separate. And it doesn't mean that you can't act in the dream. We do. I do. I take good care of this body, eat good food, find out what the best things to do within the dream to maintain this body, this virtual reality headset, so it functions properly and well as long as it can. Eventually, like everything, it wears out. But while it's here, why not keep it in good shape? It's just my feeling about it, but I don't want to be obsessed about it. I don't want to start reifying it, which means make the dream appear real, reifying it, make it seem like it's real. This is what I've done all my life. But I don't want to continue doing that. Because that just creates suffering and illusion and ignorance, not being aware of my true nature. So when we're aware of our true nature, what's real, and that this is a dream, it becomes a lucid dream. In a lucid dream, the dream is still happening, the dream is still going on, but you're fully aware that it's a dream. You're fully aware that everything that you see, hear, taste, touch, experience, feel, think, is a dream, all of it. And you, this separate being, this separate imaginary self, is a dream too. So then what's here? Well, that's not something that we can really say. But right now you're looking at a dream. You're looking at a dream character in a dream. And if your attention pulls back to the back of your skull, instead of the superficial looking, back to the end of your room, the back of your room behind you. You're not putting so much attention on this body-mind, on its words, and eventually it will start fading. You'll see less of it and experience more of what's really experiencing it. Not the body-mind vehicle, you're going behind that. The body-mind vehicle is just how we use to experience it, but what's behind that? What's the reality behind the body-mind vehicle? It's more than the body-mind, more than thoughts. What's this that's behind that? As attention pulls back to that, back further, past thoughts, past the body, mind, further back to your true nature, then what you see, the attention rests in the true nature, not what you're seeing, not what the body-mind vehicle is showing you, but what you are. your true nature, your true being, your non-dual, infinite, deathless, unchanging being. The luminosity of what you truly are, self-effulgent, self-luminous. Your attention turns back to that, and what you see before you is not as important. Your attention fades from this. And for me, this is also a body-mind vehicle. And so it fades here from my attention as well. And I return to my true nature, not this body-mind, not this vehicle that sees the dream. That's a dream too. And the dream fades. And attention rests on what's true, not the dream. This is the non-dual reality. It's not duality. It's not a dream. And yet the dream is still here. This body-mind vehicle is still here. Attention can return to it fully, so that we're fully aware of this. And everything seems like a real thing, like a solid, just as in the desert, the mirage of water appears very real to our eyes. But it's not. It's an illusion. It's a dream. And this dream is also an illusion and a dream. It doesn't mean we don't care about it. I mean, I still have non-lucid sleeping dreams. For whatever reason, my experience of this waking dream is lucid almost all the time. I'm always aware it's a dream. But in my sleeping dreams, I have non-lucid sleeping dreams. I have lucid sleeping dreams too, but I also have non-lucid sleeping dreams, which is like before I was aware of this body-mind was real. There was a personal, separate, independent self. And everything that I looked at was also separate. And I went through all the things that people who are still living in the dream and not awake and not lucid dreaming, what they go through. Suffering, jealousy, grief, anger, frustration, problems, difficulties. All these things that the personal separate self experiences. And so in my non-lucid sleeping dreams, I experience this too. And it's not pleasant, I can tell you, compared to the reality of what we truly are, the personal separate, the illusion of a personal separate independent self is quite unpleasant, quite restrictive, quite small, quite superficial, and comes with suffering of all different kinds of levels, some very, very minor, just petty annoyances and things like that. Frustrations. And it's not pleasant at all, and that's part of the teaching. But it's still wonderful. It's still a gift and a teaching. And so, because I experience the suffering of a personal independent self in my non-lucid sleeping dreams, my compassion and love for everyone who's going through that is enormous, because I feel what all of humanity pretty much is feeling. And my compassion and love for that is enormous. If I only knew my true nature, which has no suffering, no separation, none of that, nothing of the dream at all, I might not feel this compassion. I might not have this understanding. So the non-lucid sleeping dreams are helping me keep that. And they're also showing me, that it's much better to be awake, to be a lucid dreamer, to be aware of what we are and aware of what is a dream, to be aware of reality and aware of a dream. And very few humans are. But because I am in my waking dream, the sleeping dream shows me the value of it through experience, because this is how we wake up, not through thoughts, but through direct experience, bringing our attention back through self-inquiry. What am I? What am I? What is this? Which means we're shedding all the layers of this illusion of a separate self until there are none left. And when there are none left, there is no separate self. There's nothing that we could call a separate, independent self. It's just an illusion, a mirage. It doesn't exist. What we are is beyond anything that we can imagine. But we are this. Absolutely free. Absolute peace, bliss, love. Because we are not separate. There is no separation. That's what love is. The direct experience and realization of that. So by experiencing the suffering of a personal self in a non-lucid dream, sleeping dream, I'm able to feel still, remember what most people are going through. And my heart is filled with compassion for that. Yes, it's an illusion. Yes, when I talk to people or they come to me with their suffering, I don't say, it's just an illusion, don't worry about it. Because it is their reality. So while they're with me, it's my reality too. I feel what they're feeling. And yet, ultimately, it's not reality. It's just a dream, all of it. So we need to go as far as we're willing to go into letting this dream go. This dream of duality, this dream of a separate, personal, independent self, which even logic and science will show us could not possibly exist, but we still experience it because of our conditioning and our training and our body and our senses and all these things that go to experiencing a dream of separation. Our language, our culture, science, all of it is showing that there's this separate, independent self, even though there isn't, even though there couldn't be. Even logically, if we really look, we can see that that would be impossible. And yet in the dream, this is what we experience. So by reminding ourselves that what we're experiencing is a dream, what we think is a dream, these are dream thoughts, reinforcing a dream. And to allow our attention to move back, not to the superficial, surface levels of the dream, but deeper into what is experiencing it, what is really experiencing it. Because the body-mind virtual reality headset is not the experiencer. It's just a tool for our experience. You know, when we put in, if we've ever played with a virtual reality game and put on a virtual reality helmet where you can see everything in 3 dimensions, that's not what's experiencing it. We put the helmet on, we're experiencing it. And it's the same thing with this body-mind vehicle, this amazing virtual reality headset. It's the same thing with that. This is not what's experiencing it. This is what we use to experience it. We're experiencing it through this virtual reality headset. We're not the virtual reality headset. That's not what we are. We're not this body-mind personal self. This is not what we are. This is just a vehicle for experiencing this dream, this illusion. Because as our true nature, what we really are, it's not personal, it's infinite. There's no separation in it. Everything is this. It has no identity. Nothing that we can say or think about it. No words, God, the self, the absolute. These are just pointers to it. They don't describe it. It has no name. It's beyond all thoughts, beyond all names. This is what we are. We return to this. We have no identity. We don't need an identity. We are this. That's all. That's all we need to realize, to experience, to know. This is what's experiencing through the virtual reality headset, this illusion, this dream. Without this body-mind virtual reality headset vehicle, we can't experience the dream. So when we remind ourselves that it is a dream, our attention pulls back to the real experiencer. So this is a dream. Everything that I see, experience, hear is a dream. And this body-mind, personal independent self is also a dream. A vehicle to experience the dream and a dream itself. So then what am I? Simply wanting to know that and leaving our attention away from the dream and pulling back into our true nature. That's samadhi. When the whole dream dissolves, body, mind, personal self, world, all of it dissolves. That's samadhi. That's our true nature. That's what we really are. That's truth. That's awakening. And so when we return to the dream, we keep reminding ourselves, it's not hard, that all of this is a dream. And in that, we're free to have a lucid dream. In a lucid dream, we're free of the dream. We're in the dream, but we're not of the dream. We're free of the dream. The dream is going on. The dream vehicle is experiencing it. But we're not affected by it. We're experiencing it, but we're not affected by it. We're free completely, always, eternally. So if you want to, you can practice this with your waking dream. But this is a dream. When you wake up from your sleeping dream in the morning, instead of immediately going into the waking dream and saying, oh, this is real, that was a sleeping dream, this is real, you say, this is also a dream. This is a waking dream. It's easier to practice lucidity here in this waking dream than it is in our sleeping dreams. We can learn to do that and get better at it, but our waking dream, we have more control over it. If we're willing to let go of this identity, willing to let go of our attachments to the dream, because we have many attachments in the dream, to our relationships, to our job, to career, to our imagined, goals and dreams of success in the dream and eventual happiness or whatever, we're imagining or looking for in the dream. And the dream promises us all kinds of things. When we have those attachments, we might not be willing to accept that it is a dream. And we might not be willing to accept that we are a dream. That this illusion of who we are is not real. Our true nature doesn't need these illusions. It doesn't need this sense of an identity or a separate self. It doesn't need that because it is real. It doesn't need anything. This is what we are. And when the dream no longer distracts us, it's much easier to experience it, to wake up. Thank you, my friend. If you have any questions about this, feel free to email me, to write me, and from my website. I'll leave in the description, I'll leave a link to the website. This is an important practice. And lucid dreaming also is useful, because lucid dreaming kind of shows us that, oh, I could lucid dream in my waking dream too. To be in the dream but not of the dream. To be in the dream and be completely free of the dream. In this way, we understand the dream better. We perform better in it. There's more love and compassion for others who are lost in the dream and believe it and are suffering through it, because we understand that. And we understand what it's like to be free of it. That's where compassion comes from. It comes from understanding and love. We cannot help but love, because everything really is the same true nature that we are. There is no real duality other than in a dream. It is all this. We are all this.